Hello, and welcome back to another RiftGuides WildRift video. Last time I talked about a very specific bug in the game, and it's about Runaan's Hurricane. So take a look at my inventory right now. You see, I have a Bloodthirster, Gluttonous Grease, and Runaan's Hurricane. Now let's take a look at the following. You see this range here, you see this blue range bar. This blue range is my auto attack range, but there's one thing that's quite interesting. There's this yellow thing, right? So, what happens if I attack? So theoretically speaking, all of these things out of my auto attack range, right? So my Runaan should not hit them, correct? Let's take a look. I hit them. That's kind of weird. That is very much concerning, isn't it? Now we go for another little trick. So let's place one here. So I'm going to hit this. This is all fine. Is there a way we can actually make it even worse? That's interesting. Don't you agree? So this is very much out of my auto attack range, correct? But what happens is if I place down a trap, as shown here, I will gain the extended auto attack range as you see up there. Like I'll showcase it again. Up there you see the range. And I just hit this with Runaan's Hurricane. So again, Runaan's Hurricane on multiple champions has different range bonuses. So your champion right here, easy range hit. What else can we do about this item? Let's swap champions. But for Caitlyn, we have established that if I proc this, and this range is procced, I will automatically hit something so far away. That much is pretty much settled. So let's now change champions. What champion are we going for now? What champion is a very good example of why this thing was so broken? We take Twitch. Yeah, I'm on to you too. Give me this. Give me this. Give me this. We know AP Twitch is kinda dead, but you get the idea.
Hey you! Yes, you. Can you see this? So many people are not yet sub. Be honest, what's stopping you from subbing? Let me know in the comments below.
So let's see. How much of this does apply to this? That's kinda weird. We hit it again. Now you see this yellow bar. Now we move away, let's see. The yellow bar doesn't reach. So now we go a little bit closer. Now it barely reaches. So, as you see, Runaan's apparently has a very interesting range. Now, if we give ourselves some levels, and get ult. This is my range right now. This is my range with ult. Like, you see how crazy this is. Like, I can hit so many people in literally Narnia without them even being close to me. And there are other tricks I need to show you. And this was, by the way, the reason why Twitch was so overpowered, because he would hit you even though you weren't in range. Well, let's create an even more crazy scenario. Let me flash up here really fast. So, I've shown this on Twitter before. If you haven't followed my Twitter yet, you should, because sometimes I post about interesting things there when it comes to these kind of bugs. Let's place a ward here so we have vision of this, because it doesn't work against no vision. So here we see I'm clearly not in range of any of these, right? They're clearly not in range, but I hit them. Like, I'm clearly not in auto attack range, because look, if I stand still and try to hit this, I have to walk there. Let's see, I hit them again. Now if I want to hit this, I have to walk there. But from here, I can hit all of them. Now with ult, look. And even here, look. I hit the target next to me and hit this target in Narnia Southwest. You think that's okay? I don't think that's okay. I think that's kind of unbalanced, no? And it gets even worse, because other champions had different interactions. So, let's swap to Jinx now. And we'll employ something very interesting by just changing our champion to this. And then we'll buy ourselves some juicy items. We'll give ourselves some levels. Quickly leveling up to the max level. Yeah, come. We have enough gold, so let's go full items here. We have Bloodthirster. We just go for this. Runaan's. Where is my Runaan's? Come on. Here's Runaan's, then we have Infinity Edge, and then we just go for Mortal Reminder just to have it. Now we just flash forward again. Why does the game suggest to have heal? Terrible choice, don't go heal. So how far can we push this range kind of thing? I really need to remove these ones, because otherwise I can't. Well. But you see, it works the same here, right? You see, it just works the same. I can just hit from Narnia. But the other thing, when you have this lovely bonus, like you see the range? Now it doesn't work, because it's outside of the bonus range here. Because I had my magnetic blaster proc, but it was outside of the Runaan's range. So you see my range now adjust. So now it works again. So for normal auto attacks, this yellow indicator will determine if you can hit, and will allow you to just, well, increase your range for free to deal more damage. And obviously all this spread damage, it really comes to show how much this is. And in case you guys didn't know, let's just quickly get a few dummies here, and now let's just stack them up. 1, 2, 3, and now let's just place these fuse here. Okay, so you know, Jinx rockets, this is just normal, right? You just hit them, all pretty much normal. But what happens if you hit them with rockets and Runaan's Hurricane? You see, there's a lot of splashing involved, right? There's a lot of damage. So every rocket multi-hits them. And that's a lot of extra damage. So now let's take a look at how far we can actually stretch this. So this should roughly be here, right? Let's see. I don't want to get... Okay, this doesn't splash here. So this should splash now. Yeah, you see the bonus damage occurring because of the explosions. My Runaan's range is too big. But you see, like, it's just so much damage. Like, every Jinx needs this item, because it's so much extra damage in fights. And again, like, the range you gain in late game by just, you know, you just walk up, you just mind your own business. You see, I hit the target here, and I just magically auto-attack the target next to it as well, even though it's not in my auto-attack range, because as you see, I have to walk so close. Look, I hit it without being in range. Look how much I have to walk to get there. There you go. It's crazy how much I have to walk. And there's another interaction with another champion that you probably were made aware of by the WRL. Because we need to talk about Zeri here. Like, Zeri has a unique interaction. I just need to give myself points for this ability. And give myself some gold. Quickly buying this, and this. Okay. So all of you know, Zeri's auto attacks can be blocked. Unless she has cast her third ability. So you see here, I can't hit through them, but my Runaan's goes through them, right? You see the number slowly increasing. But what have I told you? That now the damage on the targets behind is bigger than the damage on the primary target, because the Runaan's bolts, as you see here, they pierce through. My auto attacks pierce through, and the Runaan's bolts are added on top. So if we just take like a close second or a few seconds to let this reset, now I dash forward. Do you see that the DPS on the first target is lower than the DPS on the later targets? Obviously, because I've crit, it's kind of skewed, so let's just do it again with full crit items. Because obviously Runaan's bolts can crit, and therefore it's a slightly unfortunate. So let's just quickly go for crit items. What crit items do we go for? We just pack in everything. Let's just go. Who cares about armor pen, right? No, I'm just joking. We go for armor pen. Where are you at, my dear mortal reminder? There you go. So, okay. Okay, let's let E run out and take a good look at the damage numbers. You see, the first target has 600, 700 DPS. Like you see, it's slowly settling in. Lethal tempo procs. But you see, the targets behind have like roughly 50% of the damage, okay? So now let's take a look at what happens if I E. The targets behind have more damage taken. Obviously, we can do this a little bit more beautiful because the dummies are not perfectly lined up. Now let's remove these little goblins here. And we do it again. So, take a good look. Blocked, 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 blocked. Maybe I can space it out a little bit better so it's more visible. But you get the idea, right? This should be more visible, right? Yeah. Yeah, you see? The first target is 470 per hit, and the target's behind of 253. Now we'll let this reset. 681, 793, 765. So you see that Zeri, as you hit these targets, as these bullets penetrate the enemy, deal more damage to the targets behind than to the first target, making it very weird to perceive, because why would a Zeri deal more damage to the targets behind than the actual target? So this gets even more problematic if you consider the ultimate, because then you chain even more. Because take a look. Because you have all this extra damage that zaps through. Like, how much damage does it currently do while zapping through? Like, you see, it's just 81 extra damage on top. And you have this lovely Runaans dealing even more damage, which means, like, in a fight, when people are stacking up and chasing you, which your champion loves to do, like champions chasing into you, and then you just blast them with your third ability, take so much damage. Like, again, see, take a good look how the targets behind take so much more damage. And it's just quite obscene how this item is still not understood in the way it works, because the nerf that they did to the item was absolutely warranted. It was perfectly fine to nerf this item and cutting its stats down by half. But they didn't change the functional error of this item, granting you more range on different champions. So what other champion is there that is similar in his ability to abuse this kind of thing? Basically every AD carry can. So any AD carry can do this, and some are even worse than others. Simply for the fact, like as you see, Tristana gains range via level up. So let me get this here. Let me get my gold. Now let me get my items. And then you see the big problem these champions have when it comes to just dealing more damage. Like, we just got this. We just go every item that's in the book right now. We don't really mind too much. No, we don't go this. We don't need it right now. We'll go for it later. So we go this, and then we go for Runaans. Like, Riot really should stop giving... why do I have attack speed? We need to change this very fast, because there's a limit of what I can do, and that's attack speed boots. I'll accept so many things, but not attack speed boots. Okay. This is all just the auto build, doesn't really matter too much. So we just go forward again, yeeting. Okay, quick check. So you see, we shouldn't be able to hit that target. Let's see how fast we go. The yellow line seems not to be perfectly working, because we still hit the target. You see, the yellow line isn't even aligned with this, and we still hit. Now we don't hit anymore. How much can we skew this? Take a good look again. You see how far I'm away? Now it doesn't work anymore, but now, look. And just imagine this scenario in late game, where the enemy is just completely out of range, and you just have to see how far away you hit different people. So let's just say I have these targets literally here. Like, let's see how much we can actually... You see this? Huh? I have to walk 10 kilometers to get there. And now let's take a look how fast I get my cooldowns back if I were just to turn off cooldowns. Look. I think that's balanced, wouldn't you agree? Like, I'm just standing still, dealing millions of damage constantly. Like, it's 673 DPS over 33 seconds with just Runaans. It's just Runaans. And just imagine that in a late game scenario where you just have to kill multiple people. It is just so absurd how much range this kind of thing grants you. And it just makes no sense that it works like this. And this is one of the biggest bugs in the game, which if you play AD carry, need to abuse. Like, your damage and impact in the game skyrockets the moment you purchase this item and in a good position. Like, the moment you have enough AD, because this item is 55% of your AD, and can crit. Like, you really need to have this item on your radar. You really have to. Because the moment you do, it's just so much easier for you to carry. And is there another champion that is similar when it comes to this kind of abuse, or did it basically tackle everything so far? I got Caitlyn, I got this. I mean, we can talk about a very interesting case with Jhin. Because Jhin as a champion usually suffers killing multiple people. But what if, just what if, there's a world in which you can use this item to... Don't mind the order here. We just got all these items here. Now let's imagine there's a world in which you can use this item on Jonathan. On Jonathan. To deal even more damage. Again, this is just an example. You hit multiple people. You see this? Do you see this? These are 100 armor dummies. So you're basically hitting frontline while hitting backline at the same time, while dealing 500. Look, I'm just hitting here. I'm doing nothing else. I'm just hitting. And why does this automatically have Conqueror? Like, Riot Games, brother. Riot Games. Anyway. But you see, look at the range differential. Look at this. Look. This is 1. Like, look. If this is my entire range, this is like 1/3 of my auto attack range. 1/3. How is this legal? You really can't tell me that this is legal. And there are other things in this game where I really need to talk about, and I'll do so in other videos, where these cases or certain items are just so horrendously overtuned that they need to be nerfed. But if you are an AD carry, you need to have this item on your radar. It is way too powerful. I mean, look at this. I'm Jonathan, and I should not be able to do this. And it's very weird to think about having Runaans on this champion. But if you see the overall impact of this item in the full magazine, it's just crazy how you kill people without even trying to kill them. And obviously on high attack speed AD carries, this is even more powerful. So please have Runaans on your radar, and if you find anything that's like remotely close to this kind of abuse or power, you should look into it and test it. And that's basically all I wanted to say for today. Basically a Runaan showcase, and I hope this gets fixed eventually, because it's too much, and I'll play this whenever I can, because, well, Runaans is just literally not working as it should, and it grants you free range, as you've seen. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, I hope you like this type of content, and see you soon for more RiftGuides videos.